What's going on, family? What's going on? Local business Google Map hacks. Go local business Google Maps hack with Local Dominator. So today I wanted to come on live and show you. We had Mia here send me a question about Local Dominator. We partnered up on a few projects as far as with our plumbers, right? So she's like, "Hey, I got on the Local Dominator free." Let me share. I wasn't even sharing that, huh? So let me share that. Share screen. Boom, boom, boom. And let's see. Let's do entire screen to make it easier, right? Pick that one. Okay, so let me share with you. So here's the question Mia was asking about Local Dominator. She got on the free trial. You can set up Local Dominator and use it. They offer you a free trial. In the comments, I put a referral link on there if you guys want to take advantage of that. So she had a question. So I'm like, beautiful. Let me go ahead and share kind of like how to use it, how it implies some hacks for local business, business map hacks with Local Dominator, how to look at it from an SEO perspective as well, right? So let me go ahead and share one more time. Present, share screen. Let's do entire screen, and we'll go here and we'll share it. And so I set up a few things. Obviously, Local Dominator in the screen. Here it is open. I'm taking you from the beginning, kind of how to look at this, to try to help Mia and her question, right? So here I brought up just my map pack and I put in plumbers, and we'll use one of these as an example, right? So let's say we go into the map pack, you hit plumbers, and we're going to look at some of these. We have Route 66 Plumbing Inc., huge company out here, and they're number one. And then you have, what is it, Senron's Brothers Plumbing? Toronto's Brothers Plumbing, they're also huge. One of the things that I noticed, they have a book online link. They have a lot of categories, right? The reviews are skyrocketed. So what is the difference? These are two big plumbers out here. Then you have this guy number 3 with 9 reviews, no book online, but he's beating Mother Flusher's Plumbing's over here with 179 leads, or reviews, I should say. So kind of like things that I'm looking at. Things I want to point out to you guys as well is, see this little guy. This is probably from a review. So Google will feature some reviews. Here it is again, reviews. So that's why reviews are super important on there. Here's another book, same company, different area. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Same company as these cats up here, right? So they have 2 different GMB profiles to cover a certain area. Let's say your Google My Business, optimal 10-mile radius, maybe 20, maybe 30, depending on your location. Proximity is going to be huge, right? So I'm kind of going over a couple of things that I refer back to Local Dominator that I'm looking at as far as how we can help some of our plumbers out here. So, and then I'm going to do a video too about some of the tools I use to help get some of this, but I'll mention some of those here. So we have Local Dominator here, right? And guys, if you don't have Local Dominator, get it. You can try it for free. Elder offers great support. Get on his email. So Mia, get on Elder's email. He has great stuff that he puts out there as far as resources, how to optimize it, make using the software 10 times better, and how to crack it. And some of this stuff that I'm going to go over, he's covered in his email, but I'm going to give it to you all at once right now. So Local Dominator, plumbers. So these are kind of the things that I'm looking at. So we'll take one that's not in the top 10. So this will make sense, or not in the top three at the very least. Discount plumbers. This guy has a lot of reviews. He's not so far up. It could be just from where I'm at. Rescue Plumbers Inc. Another thing you notice, some of these sites don't have websites, or only one. One of these profiles doesn't have a website. So that's another thing to look at. You know, most of these guys have website. Here's another one that doesn't. So get that website going for you guys. So where was this expert plumbing here, or express plumbing? That's this guy here. 19 reviews, not in the top 100. So if you click on it, and Alder teaches us, there's this little tool called company information in Google search and maps. And on here, it's going to give you the full URL for your CID um, information, right? So you click on that. You can also get that with this other tool called Plepper. The only difference is Plepper's just going to give you the CID number versus this, it's the same link associated to them, right? Plumber category. Let me make sure it's the right guy because I'm bringing up different now. Oh, I see what it is. 2232. Okay, is this the same Plumbers Express, right? Let me click on here. Click on this one. 24 hours. Yeah, it's a different one on here. So there's live, another good reason why we should have a couple of tools to make sure we have the right ones. So Mr. Plumber here, boom, boom, place ID, phone number. Okay, this one's gonna be a little tough because this tells me now it's the same one. So if we go up here, yeah, there you go. Now it's the same one. You see the CID number versus here, it's the same CID. I was clicking to different one. Maybe it got stuck. You know, this is just a tool. But one of the things I noticed, it's a hidden address. So that's going to hinder him. Is it impossible? No. But it'll make life easier for him if he shows his address. So let's pick another one here that's not so far up. Rescue Plumbers. Plus, he doesn't have a website either. So that's probably the one that I was showing you guys. I hit refresh. So it might have given me different results now. There's a book a call button on these cats. Let's see, where is the Express. So we can also use Fairway Plumbing, right? They have a website. There's an address. There's their address. And let's see if yeah, now I caught it. See how so the difference, like back to the original point, this actually gives you the full URL versus Plepper. And then Plepper, as you guys saw, it gives you the address. It gives you like a summary of what's going on, 18 reviews, the coordinates, the knowledge panel ID. So this is where we'll get the CID, right? Copy the full URL. And if we come here, I like to use this because it's just easier to find it. There's no guessing. If you put in the business name, there could be tons of business names out there. And I think it triggers it a lot better. We're just going to do, let's take a look at them. This is the website. What services do they do? Home. You can see some of the tools. It's on WordPress. It looks a little aged, but if it works for him, you know, not a problem. So he's not, he doesn't connect his maps, Google Maps embedment on here. That's one of the things I look at. If he's if somebody's on the cell phone having problems, he doesn't have his banner sticky so they can click to call. This number is not a click to call. So there's a lot of opportunities even here. Okay, so let's take a look at here. Some of his services. He just has a one page for his services, right? So sewer repair. Let's see, leak detecting, locating, I should say. Leak in the wall. So there's some opportunity here. He might be doing well for what he has, but there's a lot of good opportunity that he can hear. Let's do water heater install, and then we could always want to double check that brings up a map pack, and you can see it's no wonder that this guy pops up in the top results. And then there's this guy that we saw earlier, and there they are both. Okay, so we know that keyword brings up a map pack, right? So we'll go into Local Dominator. We have the CID, water heater installation. Next thing we want to do is set up the perimeter. I like to go different routes, 3, 6, 9 miles, right? And there's different, I have a little cheat sheet because I do it enough, depending on the client, where they're at with us. Because, and I'll go into it a little bit. So this has the ability to do, now we always talk about radius, right? And radius is not really a square, it's more of a circular. So that's why Cohen gives us, you can go square or you can go radius. So normally if I do like 3 miles, right, it's gonna be a 12 by 12. And if you do a 12 by 12 by 0.25, and let me kind of go through this a little bit here. So what this is saying is between each dot, there's a quarter mile. So for every 4, it's a mile. So 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 2, and this is 3. So this is a 3-mile radius. If you do square, 12 by 12, 0.25 is the minimum your property or your profile should cover at the very least. So if you do circular, I would do a little bit higher because you're going to lose that circumference. So this is about the same. So 13 by 13.25 is about 3-mile radius. Okay. The next one we do is a half a mile. And if we look at it under the square, so we're saying for between each dot, it's half a mile. So on here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I first do 3 and then I double it to 6. This is the second phase of the second level. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'll go up and then square or circle it. That's the same area, right? And then the last one that I normally do, it's about so 3, 6, 9 miles. So if you do, you can do that with 1 mile, square it off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 miles. And you can go up one more, circle it, about the same area. So that's kind of how to look at it. If you want to do, that's what I do within my agency. So when I'm kind of showing this to a client, I'll go about the halfway point. I do a 13 by 13.5 circular. That's going to be about 6 miles, right? And that's how that triggers. So Mia's question was around this. Mia, hopefully this answers your question with the tutorial as far as what you were asking me. So that is how you do that. You got to trigger it. Sometimes, very rare, if it doesn't trigger over, just click on the map and things will unfold. But for the most part, 10, 11, 12 out of 13 times, this is going to run super smooth, just like I'm showing you here. Okay. Then we want to click on search. Okay. You can do a new search, or this is going to hop over to the history while it's processing this, right? You can see we have a few clients that we've helped here. We did some audits. Here's some plumbing clients that we have that we were working with. So usually this is fairly quickly. You can hit refresh and it'll process here. And it'll show the date just like this. We'll give it some time to cover that. So let me stop sharing real quick. So while that's going, what I'm going to do here is show you some hacks, how to read this, what this means for the client, what this means you as the plumber. You know, Google, for the Google Maps, the most important thing is going to be proximity. From where I'm at, what the keyword is, who's the closest to me. So the name of the game is to build some proximity relevance as much as possible with reviews, with your website, right? With the best practices, press releases, citations. Let even Google know that you're there, right? As far as your brand, citations, Web 2.0s, and your social media. Those are the four things. No matter how big, how small you are, you want to take care of that. Um, so you're letting um, Google know as far as proximity for your keyword. That's the first thing it's going to do. So you want to make sure you do those things so Google knows you're at your digital footprint, right? Number two, kind of like, and then use your website, link to both, get that puzzle going. Another thing you want to do is another strategy is open a different location in 20 miles out so you can cover more area. How can you do this ethically? Right? Do you have techs that are out there? Do you have different locations that you work or your business? Like if you have for the plumbers, the crew, how far away from their current home office do they live? They keep their vans normally or their trucks at that location. You can open up a location there and expand there a little bit. You know, we can help out with that. So um, proximity is going to be huge, 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 huge. It's going to be that proximity. And then when we look at the heat map here with Local Dominator in a second, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, does Google, we got proximity. The second thing, does Google, for that particular keyword, does Google associate it with you? Again, what do we want to do? What do we want to use to get that association? One is reviews. Is that keyword at the beginning of this video, remember I showed you where we looked at plumber, that Google will bring in questions, will bring in the reviews and put them in the results. So now we're trying to get Google to associate that keyword with you. So how do we do that? With reviews. How do we do that? With connecting to Google My Business. And three, your actual website, right? With the actual website, you guys have heard me, we don't want Google to guess where we're at, what keyword we're going after, and who we are. So with the website, we have to establish who we are, where we're at, and what keyword we're going after. So if somebody searches for that, that you pop up not only in the maps, but in the organic. In the maps, I believe it's going to draw more phone calls for our plumbers, right? So that's how we start associating that. Those are the two things. And I'm going to look at this map, and let me share this one more time. In that light, with those lenses, we want to share that, or we want to look at it in that way, right? So how long did this take? Not too long. There it is. So for this plumber, Fairway Plumbing, in that area, and then all you have to do is click on here, and it's going to bring in the map. As you can see, it's 18 position, nowhere to be found. And we kind of saw that down here. Whereas our friend Fairway right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's fifth in this particular location, right? And the map is pretty accurate. So this is the center. It's showing us third for this keyword. Now, mind you, this keyword that he pops up in here is plumber. So do two different keywords. Let me do this to show you the accuracy of the map, just to be fair and compare apples to apples. And we go to our map. Okay. Want to make sure it's sharing. And we do that exact same keyword. He almost won't be found at all. Lowe's is their paying ads for that, Route 66. These two cats are paying for ads, Google guarantee. Discount Plumbing, he won't be nowhere to be found. Fairway, where are you at? Fairway. There he is. Okay, so what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, I mean, close enough to what we're seeing here. Nowhere to be found, right? 18. Unless I'm literally in his parking lot, or he's done a couple of jobs out here. He's done a couple of jobs out here. So what is this telling me? And we kind of saw it a little bit on the website. So for this keyword on that 6-mile radius, it's about 28 square miles, okay? So what are we looking at as a business owner and as an agency we're looking at? So Google right now, for the first thing, is relevancy for this particular keyword is not associating you with it, okay? So there's opportunity in the website, connected to GMB, in the reviews, and basic practices. Does he have citations? Does he have a social media? Does he have Web 2.0s? Does he have a press release with the NAP, name, address, phone number, website on there? So to me, I'm looking at this and that's not covered. Yeah, depending where he's at, even for this particular keyword, Google's also not associating that with this because you see how spotty he is, right? Might as well not be because on average it's 18. So those are the two things that I had mentioned to you earlier. How we look at this from this point, and you can see, yeah, that keyword is in this one page. Now, mind you, Google does not rank the a whole domain name. It ranks URLs. So first of all, Google will look at this as services. It's not water heater associating with your URL. Okay. Another thing, it's one whole page. It has 166 words. It's not enough to compete. So it doesn't even associate you with that keyword. So the URL's off, the content is off, right? And the schema's weak. The images, you only have 4 of them don't even have an alt tag. Okay. So there's a lot of opportunity and room here. So I hope you see that here. If we even go to the home page, well, you can obviously hear there's no URL or one specific thing going for that keyword. So that's what this tells me here. And it's obvious. There's an example face to face, or like apples to apples, right? How it correlates, how it connects. Okay. So there's a lot of opportunity here on that keyword in your area, who you are, what you're trying to go in after for this particular area. So, guys, hopefully that made some sense. Let me go back in here. Hopefully that made sense as far as the keyword, how to take your Google Maps if you are doing an audit for a business, or if you're the plumber, like, man, I want more work. What do I do to, connect, more work or get more jobs? This is how you do it. You can look at your, where do you stand? Do an audit. Where do you stand? Do an audit with your website. Man, does this look aged? Does it not look aged? Right? And just straight up do a search like, okay, what are these top guys doing besides paying for ads? All right, let's take care of the basics. 437 reviews. It doesn't surprise me. I see these guys everywhere. They have the categories. So let's look at these cats website, right? Nice, clean look, right? For the same keyword, let's look at it. What do we use? Water heater install, right? If we look at here, water heater services. There it is. Okay. Not only is there a water heater service, do you want a tankless one? So let's do water heaters. Again, it's in their URL. Water heater install, water heater installation, same difference. There it is. Installation, repair. Okay. I'm sure somewhere on here it'll have either maintenance, repair. There's a repair. There's the installation. Okay. I guess there's no maintenance. That's probably why it's not covered on here. But these are their other services. So let's come down. What's included? Straightforward. 1-year warranty. So this is all talking about installation, right? But this URL is all about water heaters, and I'll show you. There's their title tag, water heater, repair, water heater installation, where you're at. Hesperia, California. Okay. 1 URL. Then they go into their description. Let's look at it here a little bit different. So the installation repairs in the URL. It's in their title tag. There it is, where they're at, right? This is describing who they are, what keyword they're going after, where they're at. Look at this, 1,000. Guys, keep this in mind. 1,000 to 1,500 is the baseline. It's easy to do of content that you want to be the expert. You have the experience, that you're authority, and you can be trusted. And here it is also in their H1. And if I go into their first sentence, water heater issues, probably, so even water heater issues, water heater install, water heater repair, it's keywords of variation, LSI keywords, and entity keywords that they have in here. Remember, it's all on keywords. Those three things you want to have in here. You want to have some content. Then it goes to schema. Let's look at their schema. You remember the schema they had before on the other page? Look at this. Solid. Let's look at their images. One, but they have 34 total. And then you have one. Gosh, on it, right? Headers, there's the right keyword. Right now, I'm going a little bit out of the scope of this for this, but I wanted to show you the difference, what to compare as an agency and also as the plumber business owner, as you guys can see. Man, why am I not getting any phone calls? Was I not sharing this whole time? Oh my goodness, I was not sharing this whole time. Okay, so let me share screen. Got excited here, guys. So let me share screens. Boom, go back in here. So this is what I was looking at this whole time. That somebody should have dinged me on Facebook, but this is the client. This is what I was trying to show you. Water heaters, water heater here, tankless water heater. Okay, and I clicked on this. This is their page, and I was looking at this. This is where I was telling you there. It's in their title tag. Their brand names in their description. They have 1H1. Their images out of 34, they have 33 with alt images. Look at this schema, solid schema, right? And then the word count. Oops, let me go back in here. Look at the word count. Again, 1,000, 1,500 is the minimum that you should be looking at. It's easy to do. What else was I going to show you that I talked about here? Boom, 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 boom. Kind of compared to these cats here, right? A fresher look, cleaner look. Okay, and again, it kind of relates. You can see the difference there, guys. So shoot, I didn't realize I was not sharing there for a bit. So I just wanted to show that how to look at this. What does this tell you from the website? Tying it together, right hand helping the left hand. Here is telling me I need to build more relevance for my area and geo relevance for that keyword. So geo relevance and then keyword relevance for this particular a keyword. This is how you'll get more jobs if you're the plumber. This is how you're going to help your client, how to improve, how to look at the website. What are we looking at exactly? Comparing these two, the look, content, URL structure, right? So at the bottom of the video, you're going to see, or in the description, you're going to see Local Dominator reference link. If you need help with some of this stuff, you can always contact me. Go to William Jones Marketing as well for your white label if you're an agency, and we can get you dialed in. So hopefully this was a value local business Google Maps hack with Local Dominator, how that looks like, comparing the two sites. I know, guys, I was trying to compare and share screen as much as I can. So hopefully that was useful for you guys. So with that being said, Mia, I hope I answered your question with this. And I'll shoot this over to you. With that being said, much love, much success, and I'll see you on the next one.